And in this episode of Valvrave, we show that Satomi is the biggest dick in the entire series. This episode, I absolutely fucking hated him. This guy, after finding out his backstory between him and his sister Akira, I fucking wanted to choke slam this motherfucker so hard. Like, he was just such a crybaby bitch. And it's like, I understand the reasons why, but it's like, Akira does not deserve that, I'm just saying. So, you're probably wondering what the fuck's going on, so let me go on with you. So, in this episode, they have decided, to finally go into their invasion on Earth, and you see that they've got to go through, like, this custom area, and I really liked it that at first, they're doing the sneaky style, like when they got the customs guys to come in, they got Thunder and the other guy to come in and freaking bite them and freaking, like, control them, some sneaky shit style like that. And when they finally get in, like, motherfucking Satomi lets off one of the fucking alarms, and it makes all the Dorshins come out everywhere, like, and not to mention as well the whole shit with his sister Akira. Like, you find when, like, she's trying to, to get along with people, she's very shy and all that, like, and then as well he's just making it worse, and then we find out in this episode, because shit goes down, the reason that they got fucking found out by the Dorshins was because of fucking him. Like, when that shit went down, we found out why his sister's such a recluse and never comes out, and why he's such a pompous prick. Mainly because when they were little, he was expected a high, expectation from their parents. And, he was doing tests and shit, and he's up to the point where he's, gonna fucking collapse. He's there, like, ill and shit, and he's, like, doing that. So his sister, doing, like, what a normal family member who's concerned about, their brother, actually says, you know what, I'm gonna see if I can help them. Although the hacking bit is a little bit far-fetched. Like, he decides to hack into the system and actually get the password for, all the test results, and unfortunately they tracked her and found this out, and he basically just let her sister die, and it really put a bad name on the family, and because of this, like, he never paid attention to his sister anymore, and it's like, you're a fucking dickhead, you left her to get, like, stamped on the face and shit, you just turned a blind eye. Ah, such a shit bag. And then, as well, like, throughout the entire fight, we saw some really cool fucking fights and shit. Like, we saw, like, Haruto, he got this new, I believe it was called a Familiar, which it was like a new upgrade that he had on his arm, which actually keeps them, like, increases their capabilities. Like, it also, like, milled that, one of these models they had to fight because it was, doing really well against them because it was in space. And it kept the heat down, so that is like a very good upgrade that they're already thinking, okay, these Valvraves have got some fucking issues with the heat, we've got to sort this shit out. And, they were now about to freaking lose everything because of this, but then Akira comes around, fucking, pushes them out of the way and makes sure, like, these fucking, these freaking monsters just don't get them, and it's like, and then, Haruto being a man has to go out there and help them, and both of them are going to go out there. And it was pretty much thanks to a joint effort by Akira making, like, some designation areas, like telling, oh, this is where we should land, to avoid a crash landing, and Satomi saying, who could understand it because there was so much shit going on. It was pretty much thanks to those two that, they're alive, although it was his fault to begin with. Overall, it was a really good episode. We had some stuff. We had a little bit of, Dortians, like a little bit of development with them. They weren't pretty much doing too much in this episode. Not to mention there was that other girl as well who seemed like she has amnesia and she's thinking, going back to Dior is going to bring it back. Overall, it was like a really good episode. I just really hated, that fucking blonde bitch. I fucking hated him. Like, he's such a wimp. Like, I still think he's like one of my least favorite characters in Valvrave just because he's a pompous prick. But it kind of had to give him to that. He was concerned for his sister in this episode, and it was a good episode, seeing fucking explosions and shit everywhere. And then the ending, the new ending is fucking godlike. Like with I think it's like Realism by Alicia. That shit is sick. That shit is. But I've done it. This was an 8.5 this week. Very good episode. Just only bit that one make it perfect. That fucking bitch Satomi. Like, but thank you very much for watching. As always, remember, shout out Panda, Sana, and I'll see you guys next time.